on here. Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel, and welcome back to the 2009-10 hockey season on the channel. Block 43 tonight takes us to the Honda Center in Anaheim, California for a Pacific Division matchup between the Anaheim Ducks and the Los Angeles Kings. Both teams are chasing the playoffs, but Anaheim as the home team has got a much easier road than LA into the playoffs. The road for the Ducks is very simple. Win, and they're in. And the Anaheim is at 42 wins, 28 losses, and 8 overtime losses, good for 92 points. The Kings are mathematically still in it, but their road is closing. 39 wins, 31 losses, 8 overtime losses, good for 86 points on the replay. If the Kings lose and the Coyotes win their next games, then Phoenix will be in the playoffs as well, and LA will be completely out. And we'll have our 8 teams from the Western Conference. So, without any further ado, what say we jump right in and get into this game? Face-offs to start off with are even. Actually, before we do that, let's remember to bring the play chart over. And now we'll jump in with face-offs even. 10 will be a home win. That'll go up to Peros for Anaheim, and we're off to start. Opponent defense 10. Smith. Ooh, that'll be a penalty as Smith will go off for tripping right away. 2-3. A 14 on the power play, checking for 2 or more 4-rated defensive players, and we do have 2 4-rated defensive players. That'll start off being an outside shot for Ryan. He'll throw that at the net. That's a 6. That'll be a save. Then it'll be an outside shot for Peros. He'll throw it at the net. An 8's a rebound chance. Offensive lefty, if offense rating 3 or more. Niedermeyer is a 4. He's got a rebound shot. That's a 7. That's a goalie rating on Quick. 3, 7, and 9 are bad numbers. That's a 7. Score! Scott Niedermeyer follows the rebound to the net, and he'll pick this one up and give the Anaheim Ducks a 1-0 lead here on a power play tally. Arena cheers. Yay! Let's see, that was on the second shot of the power play, so that'll be from Peros. And Wisniewski. As Anaheim, just like that, jumps out to a 1-0 lead on the power play. And that's something they like to see because, as I mentioned, a win puts Anaheim in the playoffs. Face-offs as the teams come back to center ice remain even. An 18 will be a visitor win. That'll go over to Doughty. And now the Kings looking for the equalizer. Here we go. He will lose that over to Niedermeyer. Niedermeyer with it for Anaheim. Opponent defense 1. He'll take the puck away with an inside shot. Wisniewski will try to intimidate. Wisniewski will intimidate, take the puck away, but a possible penalty on Wisniewski. 1-15, no penalty. That's a 15. Wisniewski's got it. We'll play on. Passing F. That'll be an outside shot for Ryan. Ryan's going to try to make a pass. He'll lose the puck over to Kopitar. Kopitar for Los Angeles. Lose the puck, possible breakaway. Uh-oh. Right wing, if the breakaway penetration rating is 4, Peros is a 1. That will be Smith in control of it for Los Angeles. Looking at opponent defense 9. Peros, ooh, that's going to be a penalty. 1, 2, 3. We'll do a forwards line change, and then the Kings will have their first power play of the game, which is how Anaheim took the lead. Maybe this power play will be nice to the Kings. They need it too, since remember, if LA loses and Phoenix wins here in this block, LA will be out. A 19, checking for 3 or more 4-rated defensive players. We only have 1, so 2 or less. That'll be an outside shot for anybody. They will give that to Stoll on an outside shot. That's a 10. That's a goalie rating on McElhenney. 5, 8, and 9 are bad numbers. That's a 9. Score! Just like that, Jarrett Stoll ties the game and gives the Kings a 1-0 and gets this game tied at 1. Arena groans. Ugh. All right. We will flip over a couple cards to get assists. That will be from Frolov and Simmons. But we are tied here now at 1. Faceoffs are +1 to Los Angeles. A 17 will be an inferior left defenseman win. That'll be Niedermeyer, and we're off once again. Inside shot for anybody. He'll give that to Solani. Frolov will try to intimidate. Frolov will intimidate. He'll take the puck away from Solani. Frolov for Los Angeles. Opponent defense 9. Solani will take the puck away. Outside shot only. He's going to throw that at the net from the point. That's an 8. That's a rebound chance for Anaheim. Offensive left wing, offense rating 2 or more. Blake is a 4. He's going to follow that to the net, have a rebound shot. That's a 9. Save made, and over to Scuderi. Scuderi for Los Angeles. Opponent defense 1. Wisniewski will take the puck away with an inside shot. Doughty will try to intimidate. Doughty will intimidate. He'll take the puck away just in time for a defenseman line change. Green with it for Los Angeles. He'll lose the puck. Outside shot only for Solani. Solani will throw that at the net from the point. That's a 7. Save made, and over to Stoll. Stoll for Los Angeles. Looking at opponent defense 10. Ooh, that'll be a penalty on Koivu. Koivu going off for tripping. So far, special teams has been the name of the game. 15. If 3 or more 4-rated defensive players, and we do not. So that'll start off being an outside shot for Stoll. He'll throw that at the net. A 2 is a goal on, what is that? A 1-8. Stoll looking for it, and no! That'll be a big save by McElhenney. And an inside shot for Simmons. He'll throw that at the net from the slot. That's a 6. That'll be a save, and that'll come out of the Anaheim zone. Arena cheers. Yay! And we'll have our forwards line change. We'll take that face-off just out of the Anaheim zone. Face-offs are still +1 to Los Angeles. A 1 will be a superior left defenseman win. That'll go over to O'Donnell, and we're off once again. Passing D, that'll be an outside shot for Williams. Williams will try to make a pass. He will lose it. Marchand will intercept that puck. He's got it for Anaheim. Lose the puck. Outside shot only for Handzus. Handzus will throw that at the net from the point. That's a 7. Save made, and that'll go over to Wisniewski. Wisniewski for Anaheim. Opponent defense 11. Green, ooh, that's going to be a penalty. 1, 2, 3. Teams are getting chippy here with the stakes so high. Anaheim can clinch a playoff spot. LA trying to stay alive. 5 on the power play. Checking the right defenseman. Green is a 5. So that'll be an outside shot for the left wing. First for Bolesky. He'll throw that at the net from the point. 5 is a save. And an inside shot for Perry. Perry from the slot. That's a 6. That'll be a save. And that'll come out of the LA zone. Arena groans. Ugh. Faceoffs remain +1 to Los Angeles. A 14 will be an inferior win. That'll be Ward for Anaheim, and we're off once again. Lose the puck, possible breakaway. Uh-oh. Lefty, if the breakaway penetration rating is 3, O'Donnell's a 1. Ward will keep control of that on a slight shortcut. Opponent defense 2. O'Donnell will take the puck away for an inside shot. Wisniewski will try to intimidate. Wisniewski will intimidate. He'll take the puck away. Looking at opponent defense 7. Green will take the puck away for an outside shot only. Green will throw that at the net from the point. That's a 6. He'll lose that over to Marchand. Marchand for Anaheim. Opponent defense 8. Handzus will take the puck away for an outside shot only. Time ticking away here in the first. That's a 7. That's a save. Any defensive player. There's the horn to end the first period. After 1, we are tied here at the Honda Center at 1. We'll get a line change here. We'll let the Zamboni do its thing as we get set for the second period of this game. Hopefully you guys are enjoying a little bit of Thursday night hockey here on the channel. As I mentioned at the start, the stakes are high in this one. LA is trying to keep their fledgling, their fleeting playoff hopes alive. Anaheim's in with a win. Now we're going to get the action cards ready to go. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. After a quick hydrate break, we will be set to start the second period of this game. I'm just going to check on my phone real quick, make sure nothing else crazy is going on tonight. It is a Thursday night, so of course I'm working on the laundry as usual. So I am keeping an eye on that. After an initial burst in the first period that made me think, ooh, this is going to be a goal-scoring night, it's kind of settled down here as we are tied at 1 here at the start of the second period where faceoffs are even. 12 is going to the visitors' any player. They will give that to Brown, and we're off and running. Outside shot only for anybody. They will give that to Kopitar. Kopitar with an outside shot. Throwing that from the point, that's an 8. That's a rebound chance. Offensive center, Kopitar will follow his own rebound in. Uh-oh. That's an 8. That's another rebound. Defensive lefty, if defense rating 3 or more, Niedermeyer is a 3. He will have control of that for Anaheim. Possible breakaway. Right defenseman, if the breakaway penetration rating is 2 or more. Wisniewski's a 4. He's in alone on Quick. What can he do with this breakaway? That's a 10. That would be a goalie rating if Anaheim was on the power play. But since they're not, Quick will make a great save. He'll hold on. We'll take that face-off to the right of Quick. Face-offs are still even. 16 will be a big defensive zone win for Los Angeles. They'll give that to Brown, and we're off and running. Possible breakaway. Left wing, if the breakaway penetration rating 2 or more. Smith is a 4. He's in on McElhenney alone. A 6 is a goalie rating on McElhenney. 5, 8, and 9 are bad numbers. That's a 7. That's a rebound chance. That could still be trouble. Defense, any player with a defense rating of 4. Wisniewski is a 4 for Anaheim. He will shut that down. Wisniewski for Anaheim. He'll lose the puck, outside shot only for Brown. Brown from the point, throwing that at the net. A 6 is a save, and over to Getzlaf. Getzlaf for Anaheim. Inside shot for any player. Opponent will try to intimidate. That will be Ryan. Brown will try to intimidate on a 1-12. That's a 7. Brown will take the puck away. Brown's got it. Opponent defense 7. Ryan will take the puck away for an outside shot only. He's going to throw that at the net. That's a 3. That would be a goal chance, but Anaheim is not on the power play, so again, Quick will freeze it. And we'll take that faceoff this time to the left of Quick, because why not? Faceoffs are still even. A 3 is a home left wing win. That'll go over to Ryan, and we're off once again. Opponent defense 1. Brown will take the puck away with an outside shot. He's going to try to make a pass. Passing L is an inside shot for anybody. He'll give that to Kopitar. Actually, I think we got to go to Smith with that one because we do have to alternate. Smith has got it. A 7 on an inside shot. That's a goalie rating on McElhenney. That's a 6. Save made by McElhenney. That'll go over to Wisniewski. Wisniewski for Anaheim. Opponent defense 6. Scuderi will take the puck away with an outside shot. Scuderi's going to try to make a pass. Passing J. That'll be an inside shot for Kopitar. Kopitar from the slot. He's going to let that one go. A 9 would be a goalie rating if the Kings were on the power play, but McElhenney will instead freeze that one. We'll take that to the right of McElhenney. Arena cheers. Yay! Faceoffs are still even, and 18 is going to the visiting right defenseman, actually. That is Doughty, and we're off and running. He'll lose that over to Niedermeyer. Niedermeyer for Anaheim. Lose the puck, outside shot only for Smith. Smith from the point. That's a 6. Save made over to Getzlaf, just in time for a forwards line change. Koivu with it for Anaheim now. He'll lose that over to Stoll. Stoll, who's already got a goal tonight. Opponent defense 9. Koivu will take the puck away for an outside shot only. From the point with Koivu. That's a 10. He'll lose that over to Doughty. Doughty will get in front of that puck. Doughty, inside shot for anybody. They will give that to... They'll give that to Stoll. Koivu will try to intimidate. Koivu will take the puck away, but a possible penalty on Koivu. 1-12, no penalty. That's a 13, so we are going to have a penalty. 1, 2, 3. We'll have a defenseman line change, but a 16 is checking for forward-rated defensive players, which we do not have all of them, so there will be nothing happening on that power play, as Anaheim manages to kill it off. Arena cheers. Yay! We'll take that face-off just outside the Anaheim zone. Face-offs now are plus 1 to Los Angeles. A 3 is a superior left wing win. That'll go up to Frolov, and we're off once again. Opponent defense 6. Solani, that'll be an outside shot for Stoll. Stoll will try to make a pass. Inside shot, back to Frolov. Frolov from the slot. He'll let that go. That's an 11. That would be a goal chance if the Kings were on the power play, but since they're not, McElhenney will make a great save. He'll freeze it. We'll get the face-off. And that face-off will come to the left of McElhenney. Here comes the face-off. That's a 4, superior right wing. That'll be over to Simmons for Los Angeles, and we're off. Passing E. That'll be an outside shot for Stoll. Stoll will try to make a pass. That'll be an inside shot for Frolov. Frolov from the slot. That's an 8. That's a rebound chance. Offense, any player with an offense rating of 4, Stoll will follow the rebound into the net. He's got a rebound shot. McElhenney couldn't control it. 10, save made, and Blake will pick that up for Anaheim as McElhenney bails out his defense. Opponent defense 8. Simmons will take the puck away for an outside shot only. Simmons from the point. That's an 8. That's a rebound chance. McElhenney leaving some rebounds. Offensive left D, if offense rating 3 or more, it's a 1. Ward will have that for Anaheim. Ward, opponent defense 11. Ooh, that's going to be a penalty on O'Donnell. 1, 2, 3. We'll do a forwards line change, and then we will have a power play for Anaheim. And before we get into the power play, I'm going to check something on Facebook real quick because I'm worried that my post inadvertently, my blast to one of my groups, I'm worried that it inadvertently got double posted. So I'm going to see if I can pull that down. I'm going to see if I can pull that down before we get into our power play for Anaheim. I've already flipped over the cards I needed to. So I'm just going to double check this real quick, and yep, it sure looks like I double posted this. So I'm just going to knock out, I'm going to see if I can knock one of these posts out. Let me tab into the group real quick, and then we'll see what kind of power play Anaheim's going to have. Yep, okay. All right. All right, now that I've got that sorted out, I flipped over the 3 cards like I mentioned, because that's how we got the forwards line change. So we're going to see here, once I tab back into OBS, what kind of power play Anaheim is going to have as they look to take the lead. 9 is checking the left wing. His defense rating is a 3, which means we'll have an inside shot from Marchand. Marchand with an inside shot from the slot. That's a 6. That'll be a save. And then it'll be a rebound shot for the right wing, Perry, as Quick couldn't control the rebound. That's an 8. That's another rebound. Defensive right wing, that'll be Williams who shuts that down. We'll take that face-off just outside of the LA zone as ID Jester is first to join us here at the Honda Center. We've had quite a few penalties here, Jester, but somehow we are a little past halfway through the second period, and we are tied at 1. No more inside pitch. You figured that game was a little bit too much to do a season replay. Yeah, I kind of felt the same way about inside pitch when I had my own episode with it. I've had my own fun in games, and you've kind of seen my journey from really liking inside pitch to ultimately moving it out of my collection. Anywho, coming back to hockey here, I actually do still have maybe a game or two, but doing a full season is asking a lot. Yeah, I'm even to the point where I'm not comfortable doing a full game of inside pitch anymore, to the point where I'm actually going to move my last season of inside pitch out of my collection with my Noble Knight run for this year, assuming I don't move it out beforehand, because I've still got the game parts as well that I can send with it. Anywho, coming back to business here, faceoffs are +1 to Los Angeles. That's a 6. That'll be a superior right defenseman win. That's over to Green, and we're off and running. Lose the puck, possible breakaway. Uh-oh. Left wing, if the breakaway penetration rating is 3 or more. Bolesky's a 4. He's in on Quick alone. Let's see what he can do with the rebound, with the breakaway. That's a 5. Save made by Quick, and that'll go over to Williams as he gets back. Williams with it for Los Angeles. Passing D. That'll be an inside shot for Richardson. Perry, does Perry try to intimidate here? I think Perry's got to try to... Actually, Perry's going to let the inside shot go. Richardson lets it go. That's an 8. That's a rebound chance. Offensive right D, if offense rating 2 or more. Fortunately for Anaheim, Green's a 1. Wisnowski will have that for Anaheim. Wisnowski with it. Passing D, that'll be an inside shot for Marchand. Hanzus will try to intimidate. Hanzus will intimidate, take the puck away, but a possible penalty. 1 to 15, we've got another penalty. That's a 12, no penalty on Hanzus, we will play on. Opponent defense 1, Marchand will take the puck away for an inside shot. Richardson will try to intimidate. Richardson will intimidate, he'll take the puck away. Richardson's got it for Los Angeles. Lose the puck, outside shot only for Ward. Ward will throw that at the net from the point. That's a 5, he'll lose that over to Williams, as Williams will make a big block. Williams with it. Lose the puck. Outside shot only for Bolesky. Bolesky will throw that at the net. That's a 7. Save made and over to Hanzus. Last chance of the period. Time ticking down. Opponent defense 2. Marchand will take the puck away with an inside shot. Williams will try to intimidate. Time ticking down. Williams will take the puck away. There's the horn to end the second period. And after a bit of a chippy first period, things seem to have settled down here, but we are tied at 1, getting set for the third period of this game. And as far as the game that's coming up on Block 44 tomorrow, which will be the final block of the 2009-10 regular season, I don't know what that game's going to be yet, because we're going to decide that on the fly after we do final score hockey. I know one game I would love to do on the board, but we're going to see if the standings are going to bear that out. Plus, it's also going to involve me pushing final score hockey forward a little bit through what would be the next block day on the channel. I'm just going to check my timer real quick because, as I mentioned, I am working on laundry tonight as well. Because that is a normal thing I do on Thursday nights. Anyway, we'll let the Zamboni head out there. We'll let the Zamboni head out to the ice on the Honda Center as we get ready for the third period of tonight's game. I was briefly intrigued too, Jester. I don't know if you saw what RJL was doing. He was doing some demo games on Inside Pitch Advanced. Apparently Chris Davis has come up with a new version of Inside Pitch. I was looking at getting it briefly, but I ended up coming to the conclusion that even though it looks like an interesting game, I figured it's still got too much of the Inside Pitch DNA in it. So I ended up not. And I wanted to track down some of the demo teams to try it out before I committed to a season of it, but I decided that no, I'm not going to worry about Inside Pitch Advanced. I have decided, though, to start pushing my baseball collection forward a little bit further. That's part of why I was looking at Inside Pitch Advanced. But I do have all of the seasons now from I've added to collect the seasons. I've ordered the seasons from 2020 to 2024. I'm just expecting them. Now I'm starting to expect them coming in, and/or I've got to print some of them off. So yeah, I'll be moving that collection, that part of the collection forward. But I'll talk more about that and what's going on with baseball, what's going on with all of my sports in general after the. I'll talk more about that when we get into Pino with Phoenix. Better to stick with payoff pitch or season ticket. What other games am I adding? So I picked up 2020 in payoff pitch. I've got to print 2021 and 2024 in season ticket. And I've got 2022 coming in Strat and 2023 in Fall Classic. So I'm going to keep those. Those are going to be my 4 main moving forward engines. I do have a few seasons in APA that I'm probably going to hold on to. Well, I was going to say except for 2 that don't have master symbols on them. But the thing I'm wondering about with APA is, here's the thing I was thinking about on Wednesday as I was on my way to do some supplemental grocery shopping in the middle of the week. APA feels like it's going to be one of those games where Basic's going to be too simple, but Master is going to be too complicated. There's not really a Goldilocks structure. There's not really a Goldilocks spot as far as I can tell with APA. It's either not enough meat on the bones or way too much to sink my teeth into. Whereas with payoff pitch, season ticket, Strat, and Fall Classic, I get the feeling those are more of what I call in that Goldilocks zone, where there's enough there to sink my teeth into, but it's not going to overwhelm me. What about Status Pro Baseball? You think I'll like that one? The Status Pro Advanced game. I'm hesitant to pick up new systems, especially since now, well, potentially anything I add could be going backwards. But, I mean, I could look at getting 2025 in Status Pro, but I think I'd want to check that out first. Plus, I've already got 4 engines as well. I've already got, 5 if I count APA, but I've got 4 engines that I'm using to drive my collection forward. I'm not sure I want to add another engine to the system. or to the roster is the word I'm going to go with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Defenseman, if I can get a nail under the card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. There we are. The announcer will take a quick hydrate break. Much better. We are all set for the third period of this game as the stakes remain high for both teams. Face-offs are even. A 2 will be a home win all day long. That'll go over to Wisniewski, and we're off to start the third period. Lose the puck, outside shot only for Doughty. Doughty from the point. That's a 5. That'll be a save made by McElhinney over to Ryan. Ryan, opponent defense 8. Brown will take the puck away, outside shot only. Brown will throw that at the net. That's a 7. Save made and right back over to Ryan. Ryan looking at passing D. That'll be an inside shot for Getzlaf. Kopitar will try to intimidate. Kopitar will take the puck away. Kopitar's got it for Los Angeles. He'll lose the puck. Outside shot only for Getzlaf. Getzlaf will throw that at the net. That's a 6. That's a goalie rating on Quick. 3, 7, and 9 once again are bad numbers. That's a 6. That's a rebound on Quick. Defense, any player with a defense rating 3 or more. Doughty's a 4. He'll have that for Los Angeles. Doughty, outside shot only for anybody. He will give that to Kopitar. Kopitar with an outside shot. That's an 8. That's a rebound chance. Offensive right D, if offense rating 3 or more. Doughty is a 3. He's going to have a rebound shot. That's an 8. That's another rebound. Offense, any player with an offense rating 3 or more. Brown is a 4. He's got another rebound. McElhinney needs to get this under control. 3. Save made by McElhinney. Getzlaf right there to pick it up for Anaheim. Getzlaf. He'll lose the puck. Outside shot only for Scuderi. Scuderi will throw that at the net from the point. That's a 9. Save made by McElhinney over to Ryan. Ryan for Anaheim. Inside shot for any player. Opponent can try to intimidate. They will give that to Niedermeyer, who's a 4. Doughty will try to intimidate. Doughty will intimidate. He'll take the puck away. Doughty's got it for Los Angeles. He'll lose that back to Niedermeyer. Niedermeyer and Doughty are going to start playing hot potato with the puck. As I was saying, now we've got a forwards line change. I swear, Niedermeyer and Doughty are on the ice like, no, they're like, you take it. No, you take it. No, you. We'll see if Niedermeyer actually feels like doing something with the puck other than passing it back and forth with Doughty. Niedermeyer does feel like doing something with it. He'll pass that over to Solani. Solani will try to make a pass. He'll lose the puck. Right back to Doughty. Here we go again. Lose the puck. Outside shot only for Niedermeyer. Hot potato continues with the puck. Boxcars would be a goal on a 1-12 if Anaheim was on the power play. But Quick will make a great save. He'll freeze that. We'll take that face-off just outside the LA zone. Face-offs are +1 to Los Angeles. 13, though, will be an inferior win. That'll be over to Niedermeyer once again, and we're off and running. He will lose that right back to Doughty. Say it with me, kids. Lose the puck, possible breakaway. Uh-oh. Center, if the breakaway penetration rating is 4, Koivu's a 3. Stoll will have that for Los Angeles. Opponent defense 10, Koivu. Ooh, that's a penalty. This is a bad time for Anaheim to be taking a penalty, but we'll have a defenseman line change, and then we'll flip over our cards to check for Los Angeles' power play. 1, 2, 3. And the power play is an 18, so do we have 2 or more 4-rated defensive players? We do not. We actually have none, so that'll start off being an outside shot for Green. Green from the point. That's a 3. That's a goalie rating on McElhinney. That's a 7. A rebound chance. Offensive center. Stoll with the rebound chance. That's a 5. Save made by McElhinney. Let's see. Then we'll have an outside shot for Stoll. Good thing he's got the puck already. That's an 8. That's a rebound chance. Defensive right D, if defense rating 3 or more, Ward is a 3. He'll shut that down. Then we'll have an outside shot for Simmons. Simmons will let that go. That's an 11. He'll lose that to the defensive left wing. And finally, that'll be an inside shot for anybody. They will give that to... They'll give that to Stoll for an inside shot. That's a 7. Goalie rating on McElhenney. That's a 10. Save made by McElhenney. That is a huge save by Anaheim as they get the penalty kill. Arena cheers. Yay! Pass the puck to you and you'll send it back to me, hot potato. Well, apparently Doughty and Niedermeyer were showing us a little something about that. Anywho, face-offs are +1 to Los Angeles right outside the Anaheim defensive zone. A 5 will be superior win. That'll be O'Donnell for Los Angeles, and we're off. Opponent defense 5. Ward, that'll be an outside shot for Simmons. Simmons will try to make a pass with it. He'll lose the puck over to Wisnowski. Wisnowski for Anaheim. Lose the puck, possible breakaway. Uh-oh. Right defenseman, if the breakaway penetration rating 3 or more. Green's a 1. Wisnowski will have that for a forward's line change as time is ticking down here in the third. Wisnowski with it for Anaheim. Looking at an inside shot for any player, opponent can try to intimidate. They will give that to Bolesky. Williams will try to intimidate. Williams will intimidate. He'll take the puck away. Williams for Los Angeles. Opponent defense 4. That'll be an inside shot for Richardson. Right defenseman Ward, he will try to intimidate. Ward will take the puck away. Ward for Anaheim. Opponent defense 5. O'Donnell will take the puck away for an outside shot. He's going to try to make a pass. He'll lose the puck. Any defensive player with control of it, they'll give that to Marchand. Marchand with it. Opponent defense 11. Ooh, a penalty on Hanzus. This could be very bad. 2, 3. Time is ticking down here in the third. A 6 is the power play. If the right defenseman is a 4, he is a 5. So we'll start off with a breakaway for the right wing. So Williams gets away with one. He's in shorthanded on McElhenney. That's a 7. That's a goalie rating on McElhenney. That's a 7. Rebound chance. Defensive right wing. Perry will shut that down. Arena size. Phew. And then that'll be an inside shot for Marchand. Marchand from the slot. That's a 7. Save made. And that would go over to the center, but we're going to take that face-off outside the LA zone. Arena groans. Ugh. We could be headed for overtime here, folks. Face-offs are +1 to Los Angeles. 4 is going to be a superior right-wing win. That's a big win for Williams. He's got it for Los Angeles. We're off. Inside shot for anybody. Opponent will try to intimidate. They will give that to Hanzus. Marchand will try to intimidate. Marchand will intimidate, but a possible penalty on Marchand. It'll be a power play 16 if this is a penalty. It is not. It is just barely not. Marchand with it for Anaheim as time is ticking down. Lose the puck. Outside shot only for Richardson. Richardson will let that go. 6. Save made over to Wisnowski. Wisnowski for Anaheim. Time ticking down. Passing F. That'll be an outside shot for Bolesky. Time ticking down. Bolesky is going to throw this at the net. That's an 8. That is a rebound chance. Defensive left wing, if defense rating 3 or more. Richardson is a 3. He's got it. Brrr. There's the horn, and we are headed for overtime. Tied at 1 in the third. Arena groans. Ugh. Okay, which timer? Okay, so that was my shorter laundry timer. I'm going to get things ready for overtime, and then I'm going to go check laundry. So I'll do my setup here first, and then I'll drop downstairs and check for a little bit. As we have got bonus hockey for you here tonight, fitting with the stakes being this high in a divisional matchup. Anaheim trying to get to the playoffs tonight. LA trying desperately to stay alive. as we'll send the Zamboni out to get things ready for overtime. Yes, indeed, we've got free hockey here. Again, LA desperately trying to preserve their fleeting playoff hopes. Anaheim trying to punch their ticket to the postseason. Of course, the prize for the 7th seed right now would be a matchup with Vancouver. I'm not sure that's a prize either of these teams would want, quite frankly. But considering the alternative is sitting out and not making history in winning the first hockey season replay on the channel, they're probably going to be throwing everything they've got at this. I think I've only had overtime a handful of times on the board. I've had it plenty of times in final score, but not very much on the board. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, 9, 10. Forwards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Defensemen, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Forwards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And while the Lady Ducks come out and entertain the crowd here at the Honda Center, I will be right back. And we're just about set here to start overtime. So, let's jump right into the action. Face-offs are even, and every face-off here is magnified in overtime. A 10 will go to the home right wing. That'll be over to Peros, and we're off and running. Lose the puck, outside shot only for Scuderi. Scuderi from the point. That's an 8. That's a rebound chance. Offensive left wing if offense rating 3 or more. Smith is a 4. He's got that on the rebound. That's a 6. That's a goalie rating on McElhenney. Can Los Angeles end it just like that? That's a 12. No, that'll be a save and over to Niedermeyer. Niedermeyer for Anaheim. He'll lose that. Here we go again to Doughty. Doughty, he'll lose the puck. Right back to Niedermeyer. Niedermeyer from the point. That's a 5. That would be a goalie rating if the Ducks were on the power play, but Quick will freeze that and we'll get the face-off. We'll take that face-off to the right of Quick. A big offensive zone draw here for Anaheim. Face-offs are even. 3. That'll go to Ryan for Anaheim and we're off. He'll lose that over to Brown. Brown with it for Los Angeles. Passing F. That'll be an outside shot for Smith. Smith will try to make a pass. He'll lose that over to Peros. Peros for Anaheim. Opponent defense 9. Smith will take the puck away. Outside shot only. Smith from the point. That's a 5. Save made over to Ryan. Ryan for Anaheim. Passing D. That'll be an inside shot for Getzlaf. Kopitar will try to intimidate. Kopitar will take the puck away. Kopitar's got it for Los Angeles. He'll lose the puck. Outside shot only for Getzlaf. Getzlaf from the point. That's an 8. That's a rebound chance. Offense, any player. They will give that to Niedermeyer on the rebound. Actually, they'll give that to Ryan on the rebound, since I can pick. Ryan, an 8, is another rebound. Offensive right wing, if offense rating 3 or more. It is not. Smith will have that for Los Angeles. Looking at passing E for Smith. That'll be an outside shot for Brown. Brown will throw that at the net. They don't want to let any other chances go to waste. Save made. That'll go over to Niedermeyer. Niedermeyer. Passing E. That'll be an outside shot for Peros. Peros will throw that at the net. That's a 7. He'll lose that over to Brown for a forwards line change. That'll be Simmons coming with it for Los Angeles. Possible breakaway. Oh boy. Left wing if the breakaway penetration rating 2 or more. Frolov is a 4. He's in alone on McElhenney. That's an 8. That's a rebound chance. Defense, any player with defense rating 3 or more. Niedermeyer is a 3. He will have that for Anaheim. Possible breakaway. Uh-oh. Left defenseman if breakaway penetration rating is 4. It is not. Doughty will have that. Doughty for Los Angeles. Inside shot for anybody. They will give that to Stoll. Koivu will try to intimidate. Koivu will intimidate. He'll take the puck away. Koivu's got it for Anaheim. Passing F. That'll be an outside shot for Solani. Solani will try to make a pass. That'll be an inside shot for Koivu. Koivu from the slot. That's a 7. That's a goalie rating on Quick. 3, 7, and 9 are bad numbers. And that's a 5. Save made by Quick. That'll go over to Simmons. Simmons for Los Angeles. He'll lose that over to Blake, and we've got a defenseman line change. Blake has it for Anaheim. He'll lose the puck. Outside shot only for Green. Green from the point. That's a 7. He'll lose that over to Solani. Solani's got it for Anaheim. He'll lose the puck. Outside shot only for Stoll. Stoll from the point. That's a 6. Save made by McElhenney over to Ward. Ward's got it. Opponent defense 4. That he'll take the puck away with an inside shot. Wisnowski will try to intimidate. Wisnowski will take the puck away. Wisnowski for Anaheim. Lose the puck. Outside shot only for Frolov. Frolov. That's a 4. Save made. They'll give that to Ward. Ward. Looking at passing F. He'll lose the puck. Outside shot for Simmons. Simmons will throw that at the net. That's a 6. Save made over to Blake, and we've got a forwards line change coming out of this. Oh boy. Could we be headed for a shootout, folks? That is the question. Which would mean I'd have to learn how to do a shootout in Strat. I imagine is to just pick 3 players, roll breakaway against the goalie. That is Bolesky with the puck for Anaheim, though. Opponent defense 5. That'll be an outside shot for Perry. Perry's going to try to make a pass. He'll lose the puck over to Richardson. Richardson. Opponent defense 2. He'll take the puck away with an inside shot. Hanzus will try to intimidate. Hanzus will just barely intimidate, but he'll take the puck away. Hanzus, opponent defense 4. He'll take the puck away with an inside shot. Green has to try to intimidate. Green will intimidate. He'll take the puck away. Green's got it. He'll lose the puck. Outside shot only for Perry. Perry from the point. That's a 5. Save made and over to Williams. Williams with it. Opponent defense 9. Bolesky will take the puck away. Outside shot only. He'll let that go from the point. That's a 4. Save made back over to Williams. Williams passing D. That'll be an inside shot for Richardson. Perry has to try to intimidate. He will intimidate, take the puck away, but a possible penalty. 1 to 9, we've got no penalty. That's a 6. Perry's got it clean, we'll play on. He'll lose the puck, outside shot only for anybody. Outside shot for any player, they'll give that to Williams. Bolesky will try to intimidate. Bolesky will not intimidate. Williams with the outside shot. That's a 12. Save made by McElhinney over to Perry. Perry for Anaheim. Outside shot only for any player. He will give that to Bolesky on the outside shot. Bolesky. That's a 7. Save made and over to Hanzus. Time ticking down here in overtime. Passing F will be an outside shot for Williams. Williams. That's a 5. Save made over to Perry. Last chance here. That'll be opponent defense 2. He'll take the puck away with an inside shot. Right wing can try to intimidate. Right wing is Perry. He's got to try to intimidate. That's an 8. He will take the puck away just barely, but there's the horn, and we have a shootout. So now we need to figure out how in the world I do shootouts. I'm hoping it's just as simple as roll on the pick three goalies and roll on the, here we go, on breakaway. Okay, so yeah, so we've got, alright, so actually it looks like it's simple. If it's a, alright, so if it results in a goal, goal X, or rebound, penalty shot is a goal. If a split result occurs, pick the split. Okay? So, overtime was 0-0. Which means we've got ourselves a shootout here. So I think to make life easy, we're going to start with line 1s. Not just free hockey, we've got a shootout coming too. So to make life easy, we're going to go left wing, right wing, or left wing, center, right wing. And I've got a couple dials over here that I'm going to use to keep track of the goals in the shootout. Just making sure everything's working, okay? All right. So we've got round 1 of the shootout. We've got Ryan Smith against Curtis McElhinney. So what did we say? Goal plus, or X rebound. If goalie rating comes up normally, then we go to goalie rating. Okay, so Smith first. That's a 3. That'll be a goal, as Los Angeles will score first in the shootout. And now Bobby Ryan needs to keep pace. That's an 11. He will not keep pace. Kopitar now. Kopitar with a 7. That's a goalie rating on McElhinney. 4. He'll stop that one. Over to Getzlaf. Getzlaf against Quick. That's a 7. That's a goalie rating on Quick. That's a 6. Rebound, I believe, results in a goal, even if the... I'm going to say rebound even on the goalie card. The normal, to determine if the shot results in a goal. They're saying save rebound results in a goal. I'm going to say rebound off the goalie rating card would probably... let's do this. We're going to go for a split card. If it's even, it's a goal. on the split result. That's a 13, so no goal. And now we're over to Brown. If Brown scores, the Kings win. That's a 6. That's a goalie rating on McElhenney. He's trying to keep Anaheim alive, but he can't do it as Brown puts that one in, and the Kings, the Los Angeles Kings, get the extra goal here in the shootout. They will take this one 2-1 in the shootout. Arena groans. Ugh. As LA manages to save their fleeting playoff hopes. Excuse me. As usual, I'm going to do cleanup, and then we will get into final score hockey by Downey Games to run the ticker. But that was a very good game, and that was a gigantic win for the Los Angeles Kings as they're trying to preserve their fading road into the postseason, if I'm being honest. Because the LA still, to be perfectly honest, Jester, I know you're a Kings fan, but LA in this replay needs a lot of help to get into the playoffs. And of course it started with helping themselves, which they did here. Let's see, what does that do for the standings now? Actually, LA is very much alive in the playoff picture right now. You're rooting for the Kings, so you've got to be happy right now that LA just picked up a little bit of ground in the Pacific Division, but their road to the playoffs is still very much in peril. One more loss by LA. Let's see, one more loss by LA or a win by Anaheim puts the Ducks in the playoffs. So the Kings have next to no margin for error at this point, sorry to say. You can still believe. Well, you might want to start believing because we're going to be running final score here in just a few minutes. But I'm going to check on my laundry timer first. And sure enough, the other timer went off. So before we jump into final score hockey, I will be right back to go deal with that. Alright, as soon as I get that back on the charger and charging. There we go. Now we're set to see how the rest of the NHL fared. Was a big board win for Los Angeles tonight. Let's see how the rest of the NHL fares in this block, though. As it is April 6th, 2010, we've got the Devils and the Thrashers. New Jersey, G53. Let me grab my pen here so I can point it out. G53 is a big game for New Jersey. Oh boy. $31 means they move left one column, so now they're rolling on column F. 55, though, is 3. Thrashers, L52, that is 4. That's a pressure situation for New Jersey. The Devils are a C under pressure. A C66 lets New Jersey have a chance to score. Atlanta with an E44 can't stop the Devils. The Devils will get the tie there with their net empty, and this game is headed to overtime, where Atlanta has got a chance to win first. Thrashers with an L61 will most definitely get it done. The Thrashers will take that game 5-4 in overtime. Rangers and the Sabres. Rangers, F34. F34 is 2. Sabres, L55. That is 4. Buffalo will double up on the Rangers, 4-2. Sharks and the Flames. San Jose, K34 is 3. Calgary, I-22. That is 2. Pressure situation for Calgary. The Flames are a D under pressure. D34 won't do anything for Calgary. San Jose gets a 3-2 victory. Chicago and Dallas are both L's. Blackhawks roll a 33. That is 3. Stars roll a 65. That is 7. Stars will beat up on the Blackhawks 7-3. Chance for the Red Wings to pick up some ground. But the Senators and the Panthers. Oh, this is going to be a high-scoring one. Ottawa, I-66 is 5. Florida, G65 is also 5. Pressure situations all around. Ottawa is a C. Florida is an E. C42 won't help Ottawa. Neither will an E15 do anything for Florida. That game is going to overtime, with the Panthers having a chance to win first. G35 won't help Florida. An I-35 won't do anything for Ottawa either. That one is going to a shootout as well. Once I get this all set, Ottawa is a C, Florida is a D in the shootout, round 1. Ottawa will score, Florida will not, round 2. Once again, Ottawa will score and Florida will not. Round 3, even though Ottawa's got the win locked up already. Ottawa, just for a final screw you to Florida, will put that one in, and the Senators will take that one 6-5 in the shootout. Montreal at the Islanders. Canadiens, G41, that is 2. Islanders, J14, that is 1. Pressure situation for the Islanders. New York is an E under pressure. And E65 has a chance to let the Islanders score. Montreal has an E32. They can't stop the Islanders. New York will tie this one late in the third period, as that game is heading into overtime with the Islanders having a chance to win first. J15 won't get it done, but a G66 will for Montreal. The Canadiens pick up a 3-2 victory in overtime. Capitals and the Penguins. This was the original board game I was going to do for this block, but I decided to go with the bigger divisional matchup instead. Capitals, L14 is 2. Penguins look like they wanted this one more. M42 is 4. The Penguins will double up the Capitals 4-2. Hurricanes and the Lightning. Carolina, H42, that is 3. Lightning, G36, that is 2. Pressure situation for Tampa Bay. The Lightning is an E under pressure. An E51 won't help Tampa Bay, though. Carolina will take that one 3-2. Flyers at the Maple Leafs. Toronto still very much alive in the playoff picture, but they also need some help. Philadelphia, J23, that is 2. Toronto, I-35, that is 3. And that's a pressure situation for Philadelphia. The Flyers are a D under pressure. D46 won't help Philadelphia, though. Toronto will get that win 3-2. Avalanche and the Canucks. Colorado, G25, that is 2. Vancouver, O16, that is also 2. Pressure situations all around. Colorado is a C. Vancouver is a B. Neither team will get anywhere with late in the third period there. That one will go to overtime, where Vancouver will have a chance to win first. Canucks with an 051 will get it done. They will take that one 3-2 from the Avalanche. Blues and the Blackhawks. Based on the ratings, this should be a laugh, but there's a reason we roll the games. St. Louis, E35 is 2. Chicago, O21 is also 2. That would be the reason we roll the games. Pressure situations all around. St. Louis is a D. Chicago is a B. D62 might help St. Louis. Chicago with a B13. The Blues will score. And now the Blackhawks need to get the equalizer with their net empty. They can't do it, though, as the Blues will have Chicago singing the Blues 3-2. Golden opportunity for the Red Wings here, as they are hosting Columbus. Blue Jackets, F35 is 2. Red Wings, H24, that is also 2. Pressure situations all around. Columbus is an E. Detroit is a C. E15 won't help Columbus. Neither will a C32 do anything for Detroit. That game is going to overtime. The Red Wings will have a chance to win first momentarily. An H55, barring anything crazy, will get it done for Detroit. They will take that win 3-2. Not 34-78. I don't know what my keyboard was doing there. March 7th, by the way. Colorado at Edmonton. Colorado, I-25. I-25 is 2. Edmonton, H31 is also 2. Pressure situations all around. Colorado is a C. Edmonton is an E. Wow, neither team wanted that pressure roll apparently. C11 won't help Colorado. Neither will an E21 help Edmonton. Instead, that game is going into overtime, where Edmonton has a chance to win first. Let's see, the Oilers with an H45 can't get it done. The Avalanche with an I-55, they will get it done. The Avalanche will take that one 3-2 in overtime. Maple Leafs at the Rangers. Maple Leafs. G15 is 1. Rangers, E45, that is 2. That's a pressure situation for Toronto. The Maple Leafs are an E under pressure. An E45 won't do anything for Toronto. The Rangers will take that one 2-1. Predators at the Coyotes. Nashville. E36 is 2. Phoenix. J63, that is 5. Phoenix with a 5-2 victory over Nashville. On to April 8th. Buffalo at Boston. Buffalo, I-34, that is 3. Boston, J65 is 6. Boston will double up Buffalo 6-3. Montreal at Carolina. Canadiens, G45, that is 3. Carolina, K25 is 2. Pressure situation for Carolina. The Hurricanes are an E under pressure. E61 will just barely miss for Carolina. The Canadiens will get away with a 3-2 victory. Wild and the Flames are both Gs. Minnesota rolls a 54, that is 3. Calgary rolls a 61, that is 4. Pressure situation for the Wild is an E under pressure. E64 might help Minnesota. A D12 for Calgary won't do anything for them. The Wild will score, and that one is headed to overtime. Calgary with a chance to win first. G15 won't help Calgary out, but a G65 will most definitely help Minnesota out. The Wild will score. They will take a 5-4 victory in overtime. Anaheim at Dallas. Are we still winning in for the Ducks? Yes, we are still winning in for the Ducks. But they've got to roll against Dallas, although both teams are I's. Anaheim rolls a 43. That is 3. Dallas rolls a 52. That is 4. That is a pressure situation for Anaheim. Anaheim is an E under pressure. A 44 won't help Anaheim, though. Dallas will take that one 4-3. Devils and the Panthers. New Jersey, I-31 is 2. Florida, J46, that is 3. Pressure situation for New Jersey. The Devils are a C under pressure. C44 won't help them out. Florida will take a 3-2 victory. Coyotes and the Kings. Phoenix is in the same position with the exact same record Anaheim is. Phoenix wins, they're in. And they've got a better board record than Los Angeles if it comes down to that. Coyotes are an E, Kings are an N. Phoenix with their aforementioned E43, that is 2. Los Angeles with an N44, that's a big game for the Kings. -52, -3 columns for the Kings. They were an N, so now the Kings are rolling on column K. 46 is 3. After all that, that's a pressure situation for Phoenix. The Coyotes are a B under pressure. A B61, that'll help Phoenix. Can LA stop them? Not with a C21. The Coyotes will score. That game's going to overtime, where the Kings have a chance to win first. But an N15 won't help Los Angeles. Neither will an E15 help Phoenix. We have a shootout. Oop, hold on. We have a shootout, round 1. Phoenix is a C. Los Angeles is a D. Neither team will score, round 2. Shootout is probably the best thing that could have happened to Phoenix here. Can Phoenix take advantage? Now with a roll like that, fortunately Los Angeles is rolling like duds as well. Round 3. Wow, neither team wants this one. Round 4. We might be looking for an unanswered goal here, which neither team will get. Round 5. Will somebody please score? Round 6. LA trying desperately to stay alive in the playoff race, but Phoenix will finally put the nail in the coffin as the Coyotes will score, but the Kings will not. Phoenix gets a 4-3 victory over the Kings, and the Phoenix Coyotes are now headed for the playoffs. Arena and ID Jester groan. Ugh. Islanders at the Penguins. Islanders, E24, that is 1. Penguins, J23, that is 2. Pressure situation for the Islanders. New York is an E under pressure. An E55 won't help the Islanders, though the Penguins will take a 2-1 victory. The 1-2 in the West, Canucks and the Sharks. Vancouver, J31, that is 2. San Jose, N14 is also 2. Pressure situations all around. Both teams are Bs under pressure. B35 won't help Vancouver. Neither will a B41 help San Jose. That game is going into overtime, where the Sharks have a chance to win first. Which an N32 won't get done for San Jose. Neither will a J36 for Vancouver. Nope. So that game is headed for a shootout. Well, Vancouver's a B, San Jose is a C in the shootout, round 1. Both teams will score in the shootout, round 2. San Jose will score, Vancouver will not, round 3. Vancouver has to score here or it's over. Which San Jose will score, Vancouver will not, and the Sharks will get a 3-2 victory out of that. Last up, we've got the Senators at the Lightning. Ottawa, G62, that is 4. Tampa Bay, H51, that is 3. Pressure situation for the Lightning. Tampa Bay is an E under pressure. An E33 won't help Tampa Bay, though. Ottawa will get a 4-3 victory out of that. And we're going, before I decide if we're tickering forward or not, we are on April 9th. Let me take a look at the standings here. 98 and 95 points in the East. Let's see. Anaheim has now clinched a playoff spot as well. I think Anaheim picked up a win. Where did Anaheim pick up a win? Something happened, but it does look like Anaheim has clinched. They lost to LA on the board. Well, whatever. Actually, no, I take that back. Anaheim has not clinched yet because LA can still catch Anaheim in points, and LA has the better board record than Anaheim. So Anaheim has not clinched yet. But St. Louis has been eliminated, as has Colorado. So just going to update my standings here. St. Louis and Colorado have both been eliminated. Let's see. Florida is also, I think, out. Best they can do is 83. Okay, Ottawa's in. Just making sure I have my clinch status right. 80. The Rangers and the Flyers are both out. Let's see. Toronto and New Jersey are both still alive. New Jersey's got the better board record and a game ahead of Toronto. And, one fewer game played. Tampa Bay is out as well. Let's see. And I think that is it as far as elimination status. So let me look at the slate of games as we get set for April 9th. Detroit and Columbus, not interested in that. Chicago and Colorado, not interested in that. Philadelphia and the Rangers are garbage. Anaheim and St. Louis, no. Atlanta, Washington, no. So I think through April 9th at least, we are going to ticker through. So we are going to ticker through April 9th. So that means, let me take a quick drink, and then we'll continue with the ticker. If Detroit wins, they wrap up the division. I almost want to try to do that on the board. Let's see, do I want to take a chance? You know what? No, it's probably fine. We'll at least ticker through this so I can get to, theoretically, a better slate of games. Let's go ahead with tickering through April 9th. We've got the Red Wings and the Blue Jackets. Detroit's a J. Columbus is an I. Red Wings, well, I was going to say lay an egg, but so did Columbus. J14 is 1. Oop. As for Columbus, I14 is also a 1. Pressure situations all around. Detroit is a C. Columbus is an E. C42 won't help Detroit, but an E66 will help Columbus. Can Detroit stop them? A 25? No! Columbus will get that win 2-1. Now, Chicago at Colorado. Chicago is a K. Colorado is an L. If Chicago wins, we are going to ticker all the way through to April 11th, and the final board game of the regular season will be the game I was eyeing. The Detroit Red Wings and the Chicago Blackhawks. That would be for the Central Division title. So actually, let's do that game last. Flyers and the Rangers doesn't mean anything. Flyers, I-26, that is 2. New York, J22, that is also 2. Pressure situations all around. Philadelphia is a D. Chicago, or New York, is an E. D51 won't help the Flyers. Neither will an E13 do anything for the Rangers. That game is going to overtime, where the Rangers have a chance to win first. Which an E56 will get done for the Rangers. They will take that one 3-2 in overtime. Ducks and the Blues. Anaheim, I-41, that is 3. St. Louis, G-43, that is also 2. Or that is also 3, I should say. Pressure situations all around. Anaheim is an E. St. Louis is a D. E-54 won't do anything for Columbus, but a D-65 might do something for St. Louis. Can Anaheim come up with the stop? Now with an E-43, St. Louis will take that win 4-3 late in the third. Atlanta at Washington. Thrashers, F12, that is 0. Capitals, N15 is 2. Washington with a 2-0 victory. Now, back to Denver for the Blackhawks and the Avalanche. Once again, Chicago's a K, Colorado is an L. If Chicago wins, we're tickering through April 10th to get to April 11th, featuring the Blackhawks, or the Red Wings at the Blackhawks for the Central Division title. Do we set up a date with Destiny in the Central Division? Let's find out. Chicago with a K54, that is 4. Colorado, L56, that is also 4. We have got pressure situations all around. Chicago is a B, Colorado is a C. What do we have happen late in the third? Chicago won't get any help from a B21. Colorado from a C55. They have a chance to score. Can Chicago come up with a huge save? B62. Yes, they can. Chicago finding a huge save late in the third period. That game is going to overtime. Colorado, though, has a chance to win first. Which an L65 will do all day long. The Colorado Avalanche will take that win 5-4. And with that victory, actually, no, we still, actually, yes, the Detroit Red Wings have wrapped up the Central Division, because even if the Blackhawks, actually, no. Actually, I'm trying to think about how this would go based on my tiebreakers. Right now, the tiebreaker in the Central Division is 3-2 Chicago. So, actually, Detroit has not clinched the Central Division yet, which means if Chicago wins, then they would be the Central Division champion, because Chicago would have the 4-2 tiebreaker over Detroit, which means we are going to ticker all the way through April 10th. So we can get to April 11th, where our board game will be the Detroit Red Wings at the Chicago Blackhawks for the Central Division crown. With that, let's move over to April 10th, as we've got the Penguins at the Thrashers. Pittsburgh, J44, that is 3. Atlanta, I54, that is 4. Pressure situation for the Penguins, Pittsburgh is a C under pressure. A C15 won't help Pittsburgh, though. Atlanta will take that win 4-3. Hurricanes at the Bruins. Carolina, H33, that is 2. Boston, G45, that is 3. Pressure situation for Carolina. The Hurricanes are an E under pressure. An E65 might help Carolina. Boston with an E45 can't get any help for that. The Hurricanes will score. They'll take that one into overtime, where Boston will have a chance to win first. The Bruins with a G55, that will get it done for Boston. They will take this one 4-3 in overtime. Oilers and the Kings. Los Angeles' season. If Los Angeles loses, Anaheim is in the playoffs. So no pressure on LA here. Oilers, E14. E14 is 1. Oop. Los Angeles, H43, that is 3, and the Kings keep their playoff hopes alive. Stars at the Wild. Stars, I11 is 0. Minnesota, G13 is not much better, but that's a 1. Pressure situation for Dallas. Dallas is an E under pressure. Wow. An E66. Dallas has a chance to score, but Minnesota also rolls an E66. They'll find a huge save. The Wild will preserve a 1-0 shutout. Toronto at Montreal. Have we established that? Let's see. Toronto... Is Toronto just done here? Yeah, it looks like this is their season finale. Maple Leafs, G31. G31 is 2. Montreal, E52. That is 3. I'm going to go with that. Pressure situation for Toronto. The Maple Leafs are an E under pressure. An E46 won't help Toronto. Montreal with a 3-2 victory. Islanders at the Devils. New Jersey is now in a very safe spot. If the Devils win, they're in. Islanders are gonna play spoiler though. E66 is 4. New Jersey G21, that is 1. The Islanders play spoiler for the Devils 4-1. Blues and the Predators. St. Louis St. Louis E21, that is 1. Nashville K12 is also 1. Pressure situations all around. St. Louis is a D. Nashville is a C. D16 won't help St. Louis. Neither will a C21 do anything for Nashville. That game is going to overtime. The Predators have a chance to win first. Nashville with the K32 can't get it done. St. Louis with an E26 won't get it done either. That game is headed for a shootout. St. Louis is a C, Nashville is a B, round 1. St. Louis will score, as will Nashville, round 2. St. Louis will score, this time Nashville will not, round 3. If St. Louis scores here, it's over. Which neither team will score. That'll work for St. Louis, though. They'll take a 2-1 victory in the shootout. Sabres at the Senators. Buffalo, H25 is 2. Ottawa, J15 is a big game for Ottawa. Oh boy. Let's see, 54 is -5 columns. Ottawa picking a bad time to lay an egg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ottawa's rolling on column E now. What is that? A 44 is also 2. Pressure situations all around. Both teams are C's under pressure. A C31 won't help Buffalo, but a C61 has a chance to help Ottawa. Can Buffalo come up with the stop? No, they can't. The Senators will take a 3-2 victory late in the third. Coyotes and the Sharks. Phoenix is already in. Coyotes, E56, that is 3. San Jose, O15 is 2. Pressure situation for San Jose. The Sharks are a B under pressure. A B11, though, will do bubkiss for San Jose. Phoenix will take that one 3-2. Panthers and the Lightning. Florida, G54, that is 3. Tampa Bay, H33, that is 2. Pressure situation for the Lightning. Tampa Bay is an E under pressure. An E66 is a chance to help Tampa Bay. An E52, Florida can't make the save. Tampa Bay will force overtime with that one and get the first chance to win. Which an H55 will get done for Tampa Bay. They will take that one 4-3. Flames at the Canucks. Calgary, this should be a laugh. D12 is 0. Vancouver, P26, that is 3, and the Canucks will take a 3-0 victory. That is your final score hockey by Downey Games. If your team won tonight, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always tomorrow. And I apologize for how long final score was tonight. But tomorrow night, we will have the final regular season block for this 2009-10 season replay. We will be at the United Center in Chicago, Illinois, as the Detroit Red Wings visit the Chicago Blackhawks, with the Central Division crown being at stake. Still a lot of great stuff coming up on the channel. Saturday morning, Mystical Munchies will conclude out of the recipes from the World of H.P. Lovecraft cookbook as we make the drink, the Gibbous Moon. Also Saturday afternoon, over on ID Jester's channel, I will be live as the guest on the War Room this week. So tune in if you're interested in wargaming for that. Sunday, we're going to have Mythos Month wrap-up in the morning as we play Machina Arcana by Adrema Games. Then we're going to have Pinot with Phoenix for August 2025. As for next week, Wednesday, we're going to jump back into our fighter in World War I Europe as we play Western Front Ace by Compass Games. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care everyone. The Los Angeles Kings get a stay of execution in terms of the 2009-10 playoffs as they defeat Anaheim by a score of 2-1 in a shootout. Take care, and I will see you guys tomorrow at the United Center.